Welcome back to another episode of Nomad Bears. Today we're going to talk about moving to Taiwan, the costs related to that, and budgeting for your first 3 months. Now, some of this is going to be very specific for English teaching in Taiwan and especially Taipei, but you can use these same general principles if you're going to be teaching English anywhere in Asia and if you're going to be coming here just to work another job as well. We decided to move to Taiwan last summer while getting certified to teach English abroad. Now, we decided on Taiwan because we knew some of the paperwork wouldn't be as difficult as other Asian countries. You can check out all of our reasons for coming to Taiwan up here. Once you decided to move to Taiwan, it's a good idea to submit your resignation letter for your job a month ahead of time, let your landlord know a month ahead of time, and from there, get ready to go to Taiwan. Your first big cost is moving and storing your stuff. Sell as much as you can, reduce as much as you can. If you can bring it down just so you have a backpack full of stuff, that's fantastic. Otherwise, you're gonna have to store it. Cheapest option, store it at family or friend. We had to store it in a locker. We spend $110 a month to store it in a locker near Toronto. If you don't already have a big suitcase or a backpack, plan on spending $100 to $300 on that so you can bring all your stuff with you. Make sure that you do have clothing for the entire time you are here. We didn't think Taiwan was going to get cold, and we found out that in winter it actually gets pretty chilly here. So make sure you check for the entire year and the climate that you're going to be in and pack accordingly. We recommend packing cubes to make your life a little bit easier and to stay a bit organized while you're traveling. Next up, vaccines. Now, depending on where you're going and what country you're from, you're probably going to need a few vaccines to come here. Check with your government's website for the destination you're going to. For Taiwan, we didn't have to get any because we had them from before, but do make sure you have those because those can be a hefty price tag depending on where you are. Make sure to get those about 3 months ahead of time because some of them require a longer incubation period. Also, you're going to want to get a police background check. Now, this is through the RCMP in Canada or the FBI in the United States. You need a national background check. You're going to want to get this about a month ahead of time because it takes about 2 weeks to process at least. It'll cost you about $20, at least that's what it cost us in Toronto for an RCMP background check. We also needed to bring along our diploma from our universities, a copy of our transcripts, which might cost you money to get a copy of that, and the TEFL certification. Those need to all be your original documents, and you need them the first day you get here when you come and talk with your school. Next up, flights. Now, you're going to want to make sure that you book your flight early, and we have a bunch of videos that you can check out up here with all of our flights and cheap flights information. Now, one important caveat, though, is you're going to need proof of onward travel because they're not going to let you board a flight if you aren't saying you're either returning or going to another place. So go to Expedia if you're in the US or Canada and book a refundable flight, which they'll give you 24 hours to refund it. So right when you get there, land and go through customs, you can ask for that to be refunded and you're good. You don't have to spend extra. So go to Expedia and get that. Otherwise, book your flight early, and when you get to customs there, don't say you're there to work or study, say you're there for a tourist, and you can stay 90 days without having to worry about it. If you set up a job ahead of time and already talked to them and you're good to go, you're going to have a job ready, then you're probably going to have transportation from the airport and also accommodation ready for that first week. If not, we recommend booking at least 1 week of accommodation. Gives you enough time to look for other places, to search for jobs, and to check it out. You do not need to have a job set up beforehand if you're coming to Taipei. And if you are, lucky you, because you're going to make it a whole lot easier and you can start working right away. The cost to get from the airport to downtown Taipei averages about $20 if you take the MRT and about $40 to $50 if you decide to take a cab. Now, the accommodations in the city, you can easily get a hostel for $13 to $15 and you can get hotel rooms for $30 or so a night. And that's going to be enough for you to get started and get looking for jobs when you arrive. In terms of getting around the city, your best bet is an Easy Card, IC card for the metro here. Typically rides around downtown Taipei cost 20 NTD, and you can get a full month pass for 1,280 NTD, and you have unlimited access to the MRT, buses, and bikes here. Now, after you've got here, settled in, you're going to want to start looking for an apartment. Typically, apartments around the city cost 11,000 to 18,000 NTD for a shared room, or if you want to spend a bit more, 18,000 up is for a apartment on your own. So start looking at that. You can check 519 for all you need to know. Next up is our paperwork. Our school paid for our national health insurance, our work permit, and for the health checkup that went along with it. We had to pay 300 NTD to get photos taken for both of those and for our ARC. We had to pay for our ARC, which cost us 100 American dollars, and we had to pay for our work visa here, which cost us 180 American dollars. Altogether, those were the paperwork we had to have per person to start working here. They took about 2 months to process everything once we got it. Should you not like your job, you're going to need to pay for all the expenses that the company paid for. That's a transportation, your accommodations if you stayed with them for the first week, and any other healthcare, medical checkup costs that you had. So if you don't like it, be ready to pay that extra cost. Also, make sure that you have enough money for 3 months. Your first paycheck's going to come in pretty slowly. Your second paycheck is going to be a lot less because you aren't going to actually be teaching the same amount as a regular paycheck. So bring 3 months of pay just in case. We recommend about 3,000 American per person. That will be more than enough to take care of any expenses that you have when you are here. And that's all we have for you today. We hope this helps in your research for coming to Taiwan. We totally encourage coming to this beautiful and amazing place. If you enjoyed this video, do hit the subscribe button down below and give us a thumbs up. Let us know your experience coming here to Taiwan in the comments.